everybody. I just wanted to preface this stream that you are not allowed to be upset with me that the weather is not as nice today because we were tracking this yesterday, of course. Um, let's say hello to some of our loyal followers. Good morning, Kels. Good morning, Joy. Good morning, James, my one of our executive producers here at the station, who also is an EP of weather. James, you know the weather's not going to be bad, so don't even say "here we go" to me right now. Happy Sunday, everybody. We are starting off the morning with a lot of dense cloud cover. We've also seen a few light showers. Now, I will tell you, if you weren't happy about the rain this morning, there was a huge swath of rain in areas near Atlanta, all the way up toward the upstate of South Carolina, but pretty much it hit a slightly more stable air mass and boom, pretty much died out by the time it got to us. We did see some light rain for southern portions of Chester County and York County. This is probably closer to about 7 a.m. this morning, but now mostly just some light rain in a few spots, and we have lots of dense cloud cover. So live pictures from our quad box camera here from Monroe. We are going to be tracking a few little spritz and sprinkles here and there, but we are really not going to see a lot of heavy rain until likely this afternoon. So let's zoom in here for WCNC Doppler radar right now. You can see Charlotte, parts of Mecklenburg County, seeing some light rain toward Pineville, South Charlotte. Oh, James says, he said, here comes the stream. Not here comes the storms. Some light rain for Pineville, South Charlotte, down toward Fort Mill, a little bit of light rain near Lake Wiley. But again, you see the light green. It is literally just that, just some pockets of light rain moving through. Nothing to be too concerned about. I highly doubt that with the light rain, it would impact the kickoff first pitch for the Knights game at 1:05 p.m. I'm not 100% sure on their official rain and storm protocol there at Truist Field, but likely some light rain, not going to create any issues. By the second half of the day, as we do track some storms, that would. So we're pretty thankful that that first pitch is a little bit earlier. As we take another look at WCNC Doppler, again, you can see some light rain in southern Meck County all the way up toward Lincoln County. Again, just some light rain, some of that dense cloud cover, even a little bit of patchy drizzle, not out of the question this morning. So that's why if you look at the WCNC weather app, which we tell you all the time is updated by a human forecaster, you'll see those 20% chances of rain, which you'll see here in just a second. There you go. Just some isolated showers. I'm keeping this in because we will see some light rain. I mean, you see this right now, but it is not a significant risk there for widespread showers this morning. So we have isolated showers now, some scattered storms this afternoon. However, there is one particular time frame, and that's primarily after 7 p.m. that I am watching for the potential for some strong storms. So I think the message here today is, yes, it's not as nice as yesterday. We have more cloud cover, but we will see some sunshine. And the storms today are going to arrive much later on. There is plenty of dry time today, even more dry time than when we're actually seeing storms. So I want that to be very abundantly clear. So Knights first pitch again at 1:05, a stray shower, not out of the question, but the storm potential is primarily once that game is starting to wrap up around 4 p.m. Of course, that is dependent, on how the game goes, but that's likely where we're tracking that chance for some spotty storms. Other than that, warm and muggy, temperatures mid to upper 70s, and it is still on the breezy side. Derek, 100%. Unless you're caught in a downpour, you will see less than a quarter inch of rain today. Again, wind is breezy at times for that game today. Charlotte Knights against the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. As of the stream, Knights down 2-3 on the series, so we're hoping for a win so they can tie things up. Now, overall, I mentioned, of course, it's that time frame closer to 7 p.m. that we're watching for strong storms. So here's the thing. Anytime you see thunderstorms and there's a lot of warmth and moisture, there's a chance that some could become strong. What do I mean by that? Heavy rain, gusty winds, frequent lightning. But there is a small, limited amount of storms that become severe storms. Actually, only 10%. That was my trivia question this morning for Kayla, which she did get right. So a severe storm has to have one of three things. Not all three, just one. Damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour, large hail about an inch or higher, so about a quarter sized. And then the third is a tornado. So we don't have the tornado threat today. Thankfully, we don't have the hail threat today. Thankfully, it's only the damaging winds we're watching. When you see this 5%, what you should think about is that it's about 5 times more likely than a normal day we could see damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. Now, again, not everyone is seeing storms today. So if you're one of the few that does, if you have outdoor items that you don't want blown around, maybe on your patio, front porch, things like that, make sure you're bringing them inside. So we know, again, this morning we're seeing clouds, scattered showers. We will see some sunshine this afternoon, but storm potential kind of kicks up around 3 o'clock. So let's time it out for you hour by hour. So here's a few of those spotty storms by the early afternoon. Again, these are going to become a little bit higher as we get closer to the 2, 3 o'clock time frame. I'm sorry about the lag here on our live stream. We're having a few issues earlier this morning. So again, mostly just scattered in nature. So you see that here and there throughout the afternoon. Again, mainly after 3 o'clock, I think is our better chance to see some of these scattered storms. But it's 7 p.m. and later that here we go for the Charlotte Metro. So I'm going to pause this before 7 at 5 o'clock. So you can see a few storms, but see how they're in a nice little line? That's referred to as a squall line. It's a line of storms. Line of thunderstorms essentially is the easiest explanation. And this comes pre-cold front. Now, we don't always have most of our storms happen right along the cold front, but the case is today that we really do. This has been a history of the storm system. So again, scattered rain this morning, a few storms early afternoon, but our primary risk to see those become severe is closer to 7 p.m. for the metro. So first for the mountains and foothills at 5, this will arrive again around 7 p.m. across the Charlotte Metro. So a lot of our daytime hours are not going to see that severe weather potential. Again, severe storms classified as those gusty winds, the frequent lightning, the heavy rain. We don't see a hail potential today over an inch. Could we see some small penny to dime size? Absolutely. But this is primarily gusty winds. So here we are at 7 o'clock. You can see the storms essentially right over Charlotte, the I-485 loop. And then as we get closer to 8 o'clock, those will be moving a little bit further east toward Union County, Cabarrus County, Rowan, Stanley, and even toward Anson County. And then eventually by 9 o'clock, those will largely be well east of here, closer to Rockingham, parts of Richmond County, and Chesterfield. I do expect us to almost completely dry out by midnight for most of the area. So for that small window of opportunity, again in the metro, I believe it's going to be 7 to 9. And of course, Derek mentioned this a little bit ago. He was asking about how much rain. If you get caught in a downpour, you could quickly accumulate about a quarter, half of an inch, but that is going to be the exception, not the rule. Most areas will not see that kind of rain and storm activity. And I will also note that a lot of times it's an easy, thought for us to go, oh, rain, this is good. This means lower pollen. Unfortunately, you need a lot of widespread pollen to kind of wash some of that stuff away. In fact, a lot of times when you see isolated thunderstorms or scattered storms like today, where not everybody sees them, that wind can actually pick up the pollen a little bit more. So you'll notice on our pollen trend the next few days that there actually is a small uptick as we get especially closer to the middle and end of the upcoming work week. So that's kind of a breakdown of Futurecast radar. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them at any time. I do want to show you some good news behind this cold front. So we don't oftentimes get a lot of really, really tropical air this time of year. When I say tropical air, I'm talking like the humidity we get during the summer. But the past few days have definitely felt muggy outside. So you kind of see that shaded in the orange, not the oranges, the yellows and the greens here on our map. But look how strong this cold front is. There's a lot of drier air coming in behind it, which I love this time of the year when we do get a lot of active weather, but we also do get some dry weather too. Lots of dry air shaded in the brown, and that is coming in full force tomorrow morning. It will be more comfortable, more dry, not just tomorrow morning, but into the afternoon too. And even better, those temperatures will be just a touch lower, so it won't be quite as hot. So you'll still have plenty of time to get outside. I don't want anyone to think that I'm getting excited about temperatures dropping 30 degrees. That is not the case. We are dropping essentially from the upper 70s to the lower 70s tomorrow, but the dry air will make it feel more comfortable. And of course, it means no storms. So 72 degrees Monday, upper 70s on Tuesday. We'll eventually track the return of the 80s by by the middle and end of the upcoming week. And I know this seems like it's been a trend as of late, and it really has been that we've seen more opportunities for rain on the weekends. That's really so far in 2023. But we will track a few areas of rain and storms on Friday and a few again on Saturday before it does look to dry out a bit by this upcoming Sunday. So this end of the week forecast is subject to change. We know that can happen. It even happened with this week. We saw a lot of Friday's rain happen in the morning, which was kind of earlier than expected. But just be prepared for the early part of the week to be nice and then us to see a few showers and storms return by the end. Hopefully, the stream was helpful. I know there's a lot of outdoor activity still going on today. So, again, widespread clouds right now. We have scattered rain, a few storms this afternoon, but the primary impact in terms of strong to even severe storms will be later on this afternoon and evening. So 5 o'clock essentially for the mountains and foothills, eventually approaching Charlotte Metro by 7, and then should be largely out of here with the exception of about Richmond County, Chesterfield by 9 o'clock. And we are almost completely dry from any rain as we approach midnight. So have a safe Sunday. If you want a way to get alerts, if there's a severe thunderstorm, in your area, or just to know if rain is on the way, good idea as always to download our WCNC Charlotte mobile app. Not only is that app updated by a human forecaster, which I say all the time, I've told you many a times why it's better for a human forecaster. It's because data on your apps on your phone comes from raw model data. No one's looked at it. So if it says 20 inches of snow, it just says, hey, 20 inches of snow. So download the WCNC Charlotte mobile app. You can track the rain live. You can also turn on those location alerts for your area. So, if there's something going on where you are, you have that option for you too. I will end this by saying I hope you all have a great, happy, healthy, and safe day. But also, we hope to see you next weekend for our big Earth Day event at the Shield Museum in Gastonia that is happening on Saturday from 10 a.m. until noon. Have a great Sunday and stay safe.